Hi guys, welcome back. We are going to be taking a look at angles and protractors again and how to measure those angles using a protractor. So if you remember, our target was I can determine the approximate measure of angles and degrees using a protractor. And remember, it's approximate. In fourth grade, you don't have to get it exactly, 42 degrees or 116 degrees. 40 degrees, 115, or even 120, whichever one you think it's closer to. We're just approximating them in fourth grade to help get used to using that protractor. So we're going to take a look in the book. We are going to be looking at page 200. No, we're going to be looking at 789. I don't know why I said 200 there. All right. And you see here it says in 1 through 3, use a protractor to measure the angles. So if I take my protractor, just like we've been learning the last couple days, and I put my vertex right in that little circle, and I make sure this is on my line, you notice this is real little itty bitty, and I could draw it out and I could maybe estimate it, but I think it would be better if I took my protractor and I'm going to extend this ray so that I can be sure to get the best reading on how many degrees this angle is. Okay, then I'm going to go back. I'm going to make sure my vertex is in the circle. I'm going to make sure my zero line is on the ray. Remember, we don't want it up like this because that will make our angle seem smaller than it is. Or if we have it down like here, it'll make the angle seem bigger than it is. But this zero line right here should be on that bottom ray. Make sure my vertex is right about in the middle of the little dot there. So then if we look here, we can see this on the zero line, and we follow this up. That is kind of in between 40 and 50. Remember, this is an approximate measure. So if I were the teacher, which I am the teacher, and I look at this and students, I could accept two answers. I would accept 50 degrees because it's close to 50. Or another approximate measure would be 45 because it's about halfway in between 40 and 45. Remember, we're just doing an approximate measure. I personally feel like 45 degrees is a better measurement for this angle. This angle is about 45 degrees. If we look here, we see this one was less than 90 degrees. So it is an acute angle. Its measurement is less than 90 degrees. But if I look over at number 2, I automatically notice this is an obtuse angle. It is greater than the 90-degree angle, which would be straight up here. So I know my measurement is going to be greater than 90 degrees. I'm just looking at this cute little angle. It's not acute, but it's tiny. I know that I'm also going to have to then go ahead and extend this ray so that I can get an accurate reading. And you'll notice too, I ripped my page out of my book, which I don't usually do, but I was trying to measure these angles, and because the book was in the way, it was pushing my protractor all around and I couldn't get it flat. And it is important that when you're measuring with a protractor, you're on a flat surface. So I did rip this page out. I'm gonna make sure my line is on the zero line, make sure my vertex is right about in the middle there. Okay, and then if I follow this up, the words on the page make it a little bit hard to read, but thankfully I'm starting at 0 here and using this numbers, and this is an obtuse angle. And I see it's almost directly in the middle of 120 and 130. So I would definitely approximate the measure of this angle to be 125 degrees. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how you measure angles using your protractor. I hope that you have a wonderful day and that you have fun measuring all the angles we have for you in Schoology. We'll see you again next time.